Welcome back to the channel, and today's ridiculous video idea is brought to you by Wiverwolf, who says to make a zero-G boat. Now this doesn't make any sense. Boats are dependent on buoyancy to stay afloat in the water, but buoyancy only exists when there is a gravitational force. So if we turn off gravity, there is nothing to be buoyant. There's no buoyancy. The water would also stop being existing on the, it just nothing, I don't think it doesn't make any sense, but you think that's gonna stop me? It's not gonna stop me. We're gonna build a zero-G boat. First, before we build a zero-G boat, I just have the default boat here. Let's turn zero-G on, or G off, rather. And let's see what this feels like. Here we go. See? You see what just happened there? So the water isn't zero-G. The water is existing though. The G still exists, just not for me. G for thee, but not for me. But I am now incapable of driving because you can see these propellers, they only work in the water. So, well, here we go. I can do this. I'm gonna shoot upwards and this is going to propel me downwards. There we go, into the water. I got my propellers going and we're not a boat anymore. All right, so let's dial this back a little bit. This is gonna be just a weird experimental video where we just see what we can do with the concept of boats and zero-G. Let's have 20% G, see how that feels. Oh man, it's so weird. Like, we're just now suddenly on the bounciest material on Earth. That just happens to be water. Here we go, I'm driving now. Driving into the waves. The waves are gonna make it so much worse. This could be, I mean, it's like, this gets me really curious now what water dynamics and tidal dynamics would be like on a planet with much lower gravitational pull. I mean, to be honest, you probably just wouldn't get bodies of water if there wasn't enough gravity. Like, if the water evaporates, like the rain might not, gravity might not pull the rain back down to the surface to refill the water cycle. Gravity is important, okay? So I kind of want to, since we're using this boat as a test piece, I kind of want to keep this base design here. Let's remove this. But we're gonna use this as our base design for a boat so we can compare, you know, how it behaves. So the thing that we need to do, oh, this is actually kind of working. Wait, why is this working better? It's working, well, probably because of no waves. All right, now it's working bad. This even has gyro stabilizers in it. All right, let's, what are the settings on these? Ah, they're not on max. All right, let's turn these up to max. Yes, now we're more resistant to bounce or to waving, dolphin diving. But you can see we still tip a little bit. This must be a pretty heavy boat. All right, what's our weight? Because, well, I mean, not like that's really gonna matter. Well, it will matter. It won't matter as far as our gravity goes, because once we turn to zero gravity, it doesn't matter how much you weigh. Your weight is still essentially zero. But mass does matter when it comes to moving something even in zero-G. So this is still an important thing. All right, so I'm gonna try to do the legit way of creating a zero-G boat. You know how there's that saying that sharks have to keep swimming or else bad things happen. I'm gonna make a boat that is like a shark in that sense, where it has to keep moving or else it'll fall off the water. It'll fall off of Earth. So the way we're going to do this is spoilers. We are just going to put spoilers all over this thing. The faster we go, the more we catch the wind. See, this is interesting too, because like none of this makes sense with the zero-G other than the weightlessness, but we still have atmosphere. Atmosphere doesn't exist without G either. The entire gradient from like water to air to less and less and less air, that gradient of buoyancy only exists because there's gravity pulling and parsing out all those densities. So with zero-G, there shouldn't be any air, there shouldn't be any water, There shouldn't be anything that we are using to help ourselves, but this is Trailmakers, and Trailmakers is gonna do G how Trailmakers does G. So at least in 20% G like I'm in, the faster I go now, the better I should stay on the water. Let's see what happens if I go off a wave now. Okay. It is feeling a little bit better, but this is not gonna go well for very long. All right, let's, here's what we're gonna do. I gotta get some speed first, and then while I have speed, that's when we turn it down to 0G, and let's see if we can stay in the water here on 0G. All right, here we go. Come on. Come on, get back down there. Pick up some speed. No, don't do that. Oh, get back down. See, we have 0G right now. 0G means there's nothing pulling us down. This is all downforce. But if I slow down too much, I actually need less. I kind of feel like I need less down. Oh, see, if I go sideways, that's not good. I got to face into the direction of the travel. If I slow down too much, though, we're never getting back to the water. Oh, here we go. Look at that. Yeah. All right, I have too much downforce in the back, or too much. I got to look at my center of mass. Well, look at this. We're going now. This is working. But if I stop, watch what happens if I stop completely. Now we're never getting back. We're done. Oh, wait. Are we getting back somehow? Wait, that is... Okay. I guess we had just enough downforce. Okay, anyway. What was I doing? Oh, yeah. Center of mass is right there. All right, these are actually, like, apparently really effective. Let's bump one up to the front and even this out a little bit. Now, how does this feel if we start going? Why are we tipping backwards so much? I actually don't know. I'm gonna get rid of that one in the back. Let's see how this feels. All right, I still have 0G. You can see, oh, down on the bottom left, you can see the G value. Full atmosphere though. And we're going backwards right now, which is not good. All right, let's reset. Oh no, this is not where I need to reset. Help me. Go down. Oh no, I can't even. I was just about to try to jump on the vehicle to push it down, but there's no gravity. I think I actually did affect the vehicle. If I do this enough, I think the force of me getting out of the seat pushes the vehicle down. Okay, here we go. All right. Like a shark, gotta go to have downforce. Are the other spoilers? Wait, do those spoilers do nothing? What? I don't think they're doing anything. I don't think those spoilers work this way. I actually genuinely don't think those spoilers are working at all. I think they actually have to have airflow underneath them. That explains why I only had downforce in the back, because I had them like this and they had this open area. I think if I do this, this could be interesting. I think this will give me the downforce that I need. All right. This looks kind of cool. It looks like oars. Whoa, that was interesting. Holy cow, what? What? These are so extreme. Whoa. I was not expecting that. These are intense. Like, look, I'm perfectly horizontal, and then when I turn, look at the effect that has. It's too much. I think I'm onto something though. This might actually work. I thought this wasn't gonna be feasible if I wasn't moving, but the fact that I can kind of rotate myself to create a little bit of downforce, it's totally viable. This doesn't make any sense. With the amount of buoyancy I have, hold on, let me just delete these outright. What is going on? What happened to my buoyancy? I feel like gravity broke. What's confusing me right now is I didn't get that bouncing effect at all. Like, hold on, let's go 0.1 gravity and go in the water. Like, my buoyancy should have shot me out of the water, right? Like, if I hit the water, this isn't right. Something broke. Like I legit feel like something actually broke. I should bounce immediately off the water. Let's go back to like 20. Let's go back to regular gravity. I broke buoyancy. Oh, there we go. Okay. Buoyancy fixed now. Buoyancy was definitely broken there though. Okay, so now if I go down to 0G, I should immediately get flung out of the water. You see that? Okay. I'm so confused. This is having much more interesting results than I was expecting. I wasn't expecting to break something and bug out the game. All right, now this should provide some downforce if I spin around. No, it's broken again. When 0G happens, because now when I turn it back to 1G, I should come flying out of the water. I'm sinking until I respawn, then it's fixed. So now I'm gonna turn it down to 0G. It's fixed right now. All right, see? All right, now it's normal. This is normal. This is normal 0G in an atmosphere. This is how it should be. Okay. There's something weird, I think, with respawning when 0G is active. Then, like, buoyancy ceases to exist, which it does make more realistic sense to think about that, except for the fact that the water should also be dissipating in 0G, pushing against itself, because there's a lot of pressure down in the water right now. And all that pressure is pushing up on the surface of the water, but the weight with gravity in the atmosphere is keeping all that water down, pressurized on itself. So if this is actually kind of a fun thought experiment. If instant 0G happened on Earth, water would get shot away from the surface. I'm actually really curious what speed the water would get shot away from the Earth if gravity suddenly went to 0G. And I'm assuming that the deeper the water is at that one point, the faster the surface water molecules would get expelled, just because there's more pressure underneath pushing out, I'm assuming. Has anyone ever done this thought experiment before? All right, apparently there are videos on this. It's just about what they have time scales though. So do you want to learn about gravity, losing gravity for 5 seconds, for 1 minute, for 1 second? How many other, yeah, 1 minute. This one, I like this one. Just what if we lost our gravitational field? All right, well, that's a rabbit hole that I don't have time to go into for the sake of this video, but some research topics for after you watch this video. All right, so the spoiler method actually seems to be really effective. I'm still in 0G right now. Buoyancy is still active. And I can pretty much drive. It almost feels like just low gravity. Like here, let's compare this to 1G now. So here is, oh my goodness, 1G honestly feels like high G. It feels unrealistic. I don't know if you've ever jumped on a trampoline before, and then after jumping on the trampoline for a little while, you get onto solid ground and you try jumping again. It feels like you're suddenly way heavier than you used to be. That's what I'm feeling right now. It's an illusion just because you're so used to the light-weighted feel. But this is totally doable. This is totally functional. And even if I like, oh wait, I'm in 1G right now. I couldn't even tell the difference. The spoilers are that good. But even if I go into 0G, it's gonna take I need to get more velocity. You know, I wanna try to make this feel like 1G. So let's go back to 1G and we're gonna add more spoilers. All right, so this is what 1G feels like with a ton of spoilers. We got a lot of downforce in the water. I'm gonna switch over to 0G now. And I think it's really not that different. Like this, I am just stuck to the water right now. This honestly you wouldn't even know. You couldn't even tell what G we're at if it didn't tell you at the bottom of the screen. Like this feels like 1G. But the real test is gonna be with waves. How's it gonna feel with waves? But yeah, this, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference right now. All right, this is probably where we're gonna see a bit of a difference, especially once we hit this wave here. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the more we slow down, the more noticeable it becomes. And the more we get up in the air, the more we slow down, just because we have less engine contact with the water. Oh, I got an idea now. We're gonna swap engines. All right, so we're just gonna replace these with these, which are not as convenient to attach. All right, here we go for 1G. I feel like it's my downforce is actually making it worse in 1G. I think we're gonna go faster in 0G. Let's swap to 0G now. Not actually, it's pretty much the same speed. It's pretty much indistinguishable at this rate. But we gotta test it on the waves now. Going this fast, we should get back into contact with the water quicker. Okay. Oh, man. Whoa, that was a sweet landing, though. These feel like I'm doing, like, motocross, whoops. Trying to land on the down side of the ramp. Oh, here we go. Ah, I landed right on the top. That was the worst spot to land. This was actually kind of simpler to do than I expected. What I thought I was gonna have to resort to was... Wait, is 0G affecting the water? Yeah, I've never seen that before. Whoa, that is actually like gravity-based? Oh, that is so cool right there. Oh, I gotta somehow get that like represented in my thumbnail. Okay, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I didn't think the spoiler method was gonna be effective because I thought once we stopped, like we were just gonna float away indefinitely. But we have this fancy little maneuver here, which provides a downforce to get us back to the water. And then once we're back to the water, we can gain velocity to then get more downforce and just skate across the water even more. So if that didn't work, I was gonna resort to gimbal jets on reverse. So the gimbal jets would provide a downwards thrust that would keep me on the water. But I kind of like that we didn't have to resort to any alternate methods of thrust other than pure underwater propulsion, which means we have to be in contact with the water in order to go. And somehow we're able to maintain contact with the water, even if we don't have speed. Yeah, oh man, look at that. Oh, that is so cool. Just like watching the little water spouts, like even over here. I don't know how I didn't notice that until this late in the video, that the water wasn't returning back. That is so cool. All right, so Whipperwolf asks, try to make a boat that can at least float on the water while there isn't any gravity and do that with waves on. And it was a fun experiment with a much simpler and easier solution than I was expecting. And I'm very happy with this. We got a spoiler boat and it actually kind of looks a bit cool. It really looks like a oar, like just a boat with a bunch of oars. So if you guys have any other crazy ideas like this that you'd like to see on the channel, definitely join the Discord. There is a video suggestions, video ideas channel in there, and I do check it pretty regularly. And if you enjoyed this video, you'll probably enjoy some more you can find right here on the end screen. Hope this video has earned your subscription. Anyway, this has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye.